It's been a while since I've seen this series of what's it called Accelerated World. Accelerated World. Episode This is episode 15. I left up to episode 14. So like I said before, it's been a while since I have not seen it. But even though this is definitely one of my favorite, personally one of my favorite animes. Not once I not say it all the time, but personally one of my favorites. So yeah. So what does this episode 15, really kind of talks about? Well, it kind of talks about that there's this kid. His name is Noro. Noro, I do believe that's his name, Noro or something like that. And he basically goes to the same school that Haruo actually go to, also too. But just to break it down to you, just to like as far just to break it down to you, I think Haruo did lost to him because that Noro is just way too strong. He's too powerful, and he just has all these abilities that he has that he can take away someone's cooldowns or something like that, and to absorb it and to absorb it, and that's basically what he got right there. You could just tell by looking at some of the structures on his body, basically also too. You could see like some kind of mechanical claw that he has right here on his arm, and then he also has like some kind of like octopus's arms or stuff like that. And I believe he fought against those people to gain attributes of their items, or I would say of their abilities. And even though one of the most famous abilities that Harold Heavy Bases has, which makes him pretty OP, that's just my opinion, is that where he has the wings, and guess what? His wings are no longer around. He's not gonna be able to gain any wings or anything like that. And now he's trying to figure out like some kind of way where he can get his wings back, where he can get his wings back. I really do like how this episode, like other players look up to Haru, not just like the and not just like the best person in the game, but they look up to him because they look up to him because that he gives a lot of good gives hope to some of the people that are watching him and stuff, and I mean and it also makes him to me for what I believe is that I believe Haru is a great person. But one thing that I really do not like about Haru, I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that, is that Haru worries a lot. He really does. I really do mean by what I say. And the reason why I think that he worries a lot is that he's just controlling his emotions way too much. It's kind of like you're tearing your soul apart, like you're like worrying something like that, or as if it's not really going to happen, it can, or if it really is, it's going to happen and stuff like that. And I know there's some people will probably call Haru a crybaby. I wouldn't say Haru really actually is a crybaby, but he's just a young kid. That's also best he actually all he is and stuff like that. There's just some things that he cannot do. There's some things that he can do, and even though I'm just saying, I feel really bad for Haru, not just because that he's so emotional or anything like that, but I like Haru because the way he is and stuff, and it's just really tells me that. It just really just tells me that that some certain people do get hurt by things that they really don't like. I really like the fact of that that Haru wanted to go against the skull guy. The skull guy was really nice to Haru, and I really do like that. The reason why I think that that Haru went up against him again, go against him again, it's basically because to me of the fact for what I see, for what I believe is that that Haru is just basically a person that it's just basically he's a person that, like I said before, he cannot control his feelings. He cannot control his feelings. But there's one thing I also want to let people know in regards of this episode and beyond, that he cannot always rely on his senpai to help him out in every single battle. He's going to have to start relying on himself instead of just having others to help him out. I do understand that there are people out there that do want to help him, but maybe they don't want to because maybe they fear Nura, whatever his name is, Nura, is basically that he told Haru, he said that if you tell anyone or anything like that, or you tell your master, then he's going to do something really bad. That I can't remember what he was going to do. And generally, just to be honest with you, if he were to tell his master or I would say his senpai, is basically because Noro knows who his senpai is, Haru senpai is. And the reason I'm saying that is because Noro does not stand no chance against Haru senpai, or I would say master. And the reason why I'm saying is because she's a much higher level than Nora it really actually is. Even though there's a very good possibility Nora could win, but I just don't see a Nora just basically actually just doing that. But I just like I said before, I still stand by what I said is that Nora, I mean not Nora, but I that Harold needs to learn to battle on his own. He does not need to be saved like every single time. It's kind of like the Daniel and Distress or something like that. Daniel Distress or something like that. That like you basically have like a white knight armor guy. He's trying to save. He's trying to save the the princess from this dragon and something like that. That's basically what it is and stuff like that. Yeah, this is one thing I don't want people to get offended about what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that because the Daniel, it's basically I call it's the Daniel Distress because I know I've seen this in quite a few times in animes, but it's just repetitive thing. It just kind of that sometimes it happens, sometimes it really does not, really does not. But the reason why I'm saying it is because it can get very annoying because seeing that and stuff like that. And I understand that there's certain issues that no one's saying like major issues, but that there are certain issues that the reason why they show that is basically because basically like the friend will save his friend, but it's basically like or the friend will say you have to do this on your own. It's just like look at the example of Dragon Ball. Sometimes Daniel's stress happens, sometimes it really doesn't. But even though I don't think they really actually do that really on purpose, I just don't think they really do. But it's just basically, like I said before, it's just that Haru needs to learn not to try to trust in on his master because he has to learn to do things on his own. And I really will be cool with that. I mean, say like, yeah, maybe his friends can help him out. But even though, as like I said before, I just think that Harold just needs to try and just to understand. I just want people just to really just know because I don't mean to say like Harold is annoying or anything like that, or he's too emotional and stuff like that. I do understand that Harold is way too emotional and he cries and he does and stuff like that. And I think the kid does have anxiety. The reason why I'm saying this is because I can see it because that's just basically what the way he's talking, the way he is right now. I've been through that quite a few times and somebody that experienced people that does worry and that does have anxiety, and sometimes anxiety can be hard for me, for anybody else to control, and we cannot control anxiety. And it's a really it's really a feeling that you don't want to have. It really is. But even though it's very hard. But even though I definitely do love the stuff that I thought was really good. But just like I said before about the points I made for this episode, I really do. I really do. Now, there's also one other thing I definitely do want to talk about. I forgot about to talk about this. Is basically the Skull Guy was once Haru to meet this lady. Her name was Icarus. I do believe Iris or Icarus. I think her name is Icarus. Her name is Icarus. And basically, that happens to be the Skull Guy's master, or I was a guardian. Because I mean, because I think he really is in love with her. And the reason why I'm saying it is because I definitely do think Icarus. She loves her student, teacher and student, that kind of stuff, and and the reason I'm saying this is because that this used to be trying to think that used to be Senpai's master, yeah, Senpai's master. But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I think she's supposed to be helping Haru get his wings back, or maybe not. I really do not know because there's just no one fixing that can happen, just like that, just like that. Because just Haru has to learn. He has to learn, just like I said. He has to learn not to try to rely on. So I don't mean to repeat myself, but yeah, I think it's just want to say it. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the end for the same review. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Just tell me down in the comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. I hope you guys one today. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. And please hit the notification bell as well too. That's letting you know you guys watch my videos. And please leave comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. I hope you guys one today. Take care. God bless. Remember, just love you. I love you guys. Be safe. And remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.